Okay, I'm alive. I'm not well, but I'm alive. Officially have the crud, and so I thought instead of feeling sorry for myself, I would get up and do something productive. I'll try not to cough or sneeze too much. I was as I was waking up this morning. Sometimes I'll just check out on the weekends, social media, and as since I'm in construction, I get all these feeds. I get these suggested videos or whatever. And I was looking at these stairs, and these guys are literally bragging about these stairs. And
Once upon a time in a fake scenario, a customer could not get anyone to build a small, complicated deck. He finally found someone who would do it.
can you fast forward?
Once upon a time in a fake scenario, a customer could not get anyone to build a small, complicated deck.
So they're building this deck, and they're bragging about all their experience, and they're not leaving a nose on their around the band or the steps, and this is a nice detail, having the band itself. I'm going to show you that. But the biggest mistake is right here. You'll see in just a minute. Okay, here we go. Here we go. No nose on the steps. And this band here has got a gap right here where water can go down in behind it. So, anyway, that's just kind of an introduction to why I'm doing this. So what I was going to do is draw the scenario, and it's to summarize. um, your steps. Well, first of all, you should plan everything out like this. Okay, if you need help, you can call me. I don't charge that much. It's a fair fee for what you get, and you're not going to end up having to have arguments with your contractor because you're not familiar with the way things are supposed to be done. And because we do have codes, and even in the areas where you don't have codes, I mean, there's lots of rural areas that don't have building. I mean, I live out in the middle of nowhere. I don't have building codes here, but where I work, where my customers are, there are building codes, and so the codes are set up for like mostly safety, and this is a safety issue. And because a nose on a stair, if you can practice this sometime, a nose on a stair will put you naturally out over the riser to where the back of your heel. And I've actually been on stairs like this before. And when we're building stairs in new construction and we don't have the riser and treads on yet, we have these temporary treads on there, and they don't have noses on them. And sometimes when you're walking down the stair, you won't pay attention, and the back of your heel will actually rub against the riser because your shoe sticks out in the back, right? And sometimes you can actually trip doing that. You literally can trip going downstairs if you don't have a nose on your stair. So it's a safety issue. It's also a quality issue, which is the main thing, because here you can see this gap is just, it's for maintenance purposes. It's terrible. The other thing is you're going to rub off the edge of that board faster than you would if the nose hung out like this. For some reason, when you're walking downstairs, you don't drag the edge of a tread, but you will drag the edge of this. And this is Trex or something, some kind of crappy fake wood. That's the other thing. When you're doing this, go check out Advantage Lumber. Number.com. And I'm not pushing them. I'm just saying it's where I buy my exotic wood. Okay, products, decking, and decline for right now. So the thing is here, uh, I use these. These are basically like Brazilian mahogany, teak. You know, you got ipe, uh, you got teak. Kumaru is a very popular one that we use because it's sort of a medium color, and you know, it's you don't have to. You really don't have to put a finish on these. They will gray out naturally, but they'll never rot. You're talking about Brazilian hardwoods that, and they are from managed forests. You don't have to get all leftist on me. These are from, as a matter of fact, a third party verifies. Whenever these shipments come into the, I know a guy. As a matter of fact, I buy this from an importer, and they have a third party that verifies that this wood comes from managed forest. Okay, so keep your politics to yourself. But the point there is that uh, quality material that will outlast this junk, this Trex, this fake faux wood. Okay, and that's what we use on all of our projects. Sometimes I'll let a customer talk me into treated pine on a back deck or something, but honestly, before we start a house, I have like a materials list requirement that I go over with the customer. Like we don't do vinyl siding, we don't do carpet, we don't do fake wood, you know. And if they say, "Well, I want that," we just say, "No, thank you," because my name is on these houses, you know. Um, and you know, and when I'm dead and gone, they're still going to be around. And I don't want, you know, that's, you know, maybe I'm selfish. Maybe I would like a decent legacy to leave behind. Is that such a bad thing? So anyway, uh, what the main thing is to get your contractor to show you how he's going to do things before you do it. So there's two sides to every coin, right? There's the side of the coin that is the responsibility of the contractor, and there's the side of the coin that is the responsibility of the homeowner. You both have a responsibility to communicate the project with the other person. And if you don't, if neither party does that, you really can't complain. And you can say, well, he should have known. Well, you don't know who you're hiring. If you don't get photographs, if you don't get references, if you're just going to hire the cheapest guy, and you get this kind of stuff, then you invited it. You know, I hate to say that, but you really did. And all these guys on social media are just bragging. This guy is bragging about his work on social media, and it's just you can tell that's that's Trex or some kind of faux wood, and it's basically plastic. And if you research it, you'll see that they've had all kinds of problems with that material. Anyway, I'm all stocked up. Let me see if we ever had any comments. Crystal Shaman, Happy New Year, Kingpin. Happy New Year, Kingpin. Hope this is the best year ever. I hope I can. This will be my only bout of. I actually went to Christmas with the family. All the kids have their little runny noses. I hadn't been sick since last March. That's March, and literally the March before that, I got COVID, and it was a big deal. I had a fever for a few hours, and just like this stuff, and then I don't think this is COVID. I think this is probably just a regular old cold or flu. But I was hugging on my kids, you know, on Christmas, and my grandkids, and I know you're like, ArtisanTony, you can't be old enough to be a granddad. But yeah, let's see. Let's go to here so I can see the camera. there's Barrett, Allie, and Alex. Those are my children, and then there's Sawyer and Kaylee are Barrett's two children. Those are my two grandkids. That was Christmas. But they were like sniffling and all this kind of stuff, and they go to daycare. Then they bring that crap home to Granddad. I'm just kidding. I love them to death. It's just trying to be funny. But anyway, that's that. Sorry it took so long. I don't know. Most people wouldn't have survived that length, especially with all the mistakes. I'm gonna talk to. If I just drew, if I just drew a big box, and I'll show you what, and I made that a group. 1, 2, 3, and I made another smaller box like that. And these have to be groups. And I wanted to extend that to that box because I have a feeling the trouble I'm having is not the extension. So you pick the face you want to extend it to, and then you pick the end. You see how well that worked? So I'm not sure what kind of gremlin I created when I was trying to. All I was trying to do was extend these faces so I didn't have to cut all those angles like you saw me cut. So I'm thinking it's usually user error with these extensions when I have trouble with them. Because Nathaniel Wilkerson's done a really good job, especially on the wall extension. It's just awesome. You draw a wall and you got your studs, your sheeting, and the siding. You can't see it, but this is stucco. And it even has a way to design your own materials, like battens is what I like. Like that. And this is actual line work. One of the requests I had for Nathan when he first developed this, or when I first met him, was to have actual line work because when you print the drawings, sometimes when you have an image like this, the stucco finish is based on an image. It's not line work. So what happens was when we would try to print these drawings with the stucco or some kind of image on there, like let's say it's he's got one that's called brick. What is it? Yeah, red brick. That's an image, but when I would try to print the drawings, it at a certain style with a certain style, it wouldn't show up. So what he did was he allowed us to be able to create materials. You can see this is, brick is not flat. That's an image. This is actual line work, and it's 3D geometry. So no matter what you do, no matter how you view it or print it in the drawings, it's always it also casts shadows too. See, so that's a nice effect. So anyway, I don't know how I got off on that tangent. Well, I was talking about Madique's tools, and they're awesome. So, anyway, I think I'll end it here, and maybe I'll drink some more coffee and get better. By the way, if you need to drink coffee in a fancy mug, the Artisan Construction mugs, which say atdrafting.com on the back of them, are ready. You should be able to see them under the video. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I guess I better end it first.